So there's this piece of technology that's been quietly working behind the scenes, and it's about to totally flip the script on what we expect from AI. It's called a Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short, and it is the key to unlocking what artificial intelligence can actually do for us. Let's break it down.
So you've got the super smart AI, right? A large language model that feels like it knows pretty much everything. But have you ever tried to ask it to do something simple? Something like, hey, can you check my calendar and book a meeting with my colleague? And it just hits a wall. It can tell you how to do it, but it can't actually do it for you. Well, that fundamental gap between knowing and doing is exactly what MCP was designed to fix.
In this slide, it just lays out the problem perfectly. On the left, you've got the world before MCP. Developers called it the N by M integration problem. Just think back to the days before USB-C. It was a total mess, right? A different custom-built charger for every single device. That's what connecting AI to tools was like. A tangled, expensive nightmare. But then, on the right, you have MCP. It turns that tangled web into the super clean N plus M solution. It's a central hub. You connect your AI models once, you connect your tools once, and they all just talk to each other through one universal standard.
So let's really dive into this connection problem. Because, this isn't just some small technical headache. For years, it's been the massive roadblock that's kept AI stuck as a simple chatbot, preventing it from becoming a genuinely useful assistant in our day-to-day lives.
And this is where our hero, the Model Context Protocol, enters the scene. At its core, MCP is what we call an open standard. Think of it like a universal language that acts as a secure bridge. It's what allows an AI model to finally connect with the outside world, your apps, your databases, your files, and take real, actual action.
Honestly, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. MCP is like USB-C for AI. Remember that junk drawer full of a dozen different cables and ports for all your gadgets? It was a disaster. Then USB-C came along and created one universal connector that just works. For everything. MCP is doing that exact same thing, but for the digital world. It is the one standard plug that lets any AI connect to any tool. Simple as that.
So yeah, let's stick with this whole USB-C for AI idea, because it perfectly captures how MCP brings this beautiful, elegant solution to all of that digital chaos we were just talking about. So how does this thing actually work? Well, it's basically a team of three. First, you've got the host. That's the AI app you're actually talking to, like your chatbot. Then, hiding inside that host is the client, which is basically a universal translator. And finally, you have the server. This is a totally separate, secure little program that's connected directly to an outside tool, like your company's CRM or a database.
Now this right here, this is the most important part of the whole setup. The main AI, the host, never talks directly to your important tools or sensitive data, ever. Instead, its little translator, the client, sends a standardized, secure request over to the right server. And that server is the only thing that actually does the heavy lifting and touches the tool. This separation is the absolute key to why MCP is so incredibly secure.
Okay, so we've got the what down. We know the players. Now let's pop the hood and really look at the how, because this three-part system is what makes the protocol so powerful, especially when it comes to keeping your stuff safe.
Okay, look at this chart. This is where it all becomes crystal clear. It's MCP versus the old way of doing things, often called function calling, and the difference is just night and day. With the old way, your secret passwords and keys are stored right in the main app. Access is pretty much all or nothing. The whole application is one big target. But with MCP, your credentials are locked away in isolated servers. You get to set super specific permissions for every single tool. And it's built on a least privilege idea, meaning the AI only gets the absolute bare minimum access it needs. For any company that's serious about security, this isn't just a nice to have, it's a total game changer.
And because of that really smart setup, MCP gets some serious superpowers. You get incredible scalability. Build a tool connection one time, and any AI can use it forever. You get model independence. You can swap out the AI's brain, say from GPT to Claude, without rebuilding all your tools. We've already talked about the massive security boost. And what's really cool is that it's designed to let the AI chain multiple tools together to pull off complex, multi-step jobs, just like a human assistant would.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what can you actually do with this? Well, it means an AI in your Slack can see you need help and automatically go create a ticket in your project management tool. It means your AI coding assistant can securely read and edit files right there on your computer. It means an AI can finally check your calendar, check a colleague's calendar, and then send the meeting invite for you. It could even be an AI at a bank running its own database queries to spot fraud in real time. This is that jump from knowing to doing we've been talking about.
See, these aren't just abstract techie details. This stuff translates into actual superpowers for AI. So let's really get into why this fundamental shift from a knowing AI to a doing AI is such a huge deal for all of us.
You know, one of the best ways I've heard this described is like this. Think of the large language model as the AI's brain. Well, MCP gives that brain a pair of hands. It's the missing piece that lets that brilliant brain safely reach out and actually interact with the digital world around it, to change files, to send messages, to query data. Which brings us to the really big question, right? For years, we've had AI that can answer almost anything. But is this it? Is a protocol like this the key that finally turns AI into a true agent? Is this what takes it from being a passive library of knowledge to being an active partner that goes out and gets stuff done for us? And honestly, the answer from people in the field seems to be a resounding yes. MCP isn't just another cool tool, it's foundational infrastructure. You can think of it like the essential plumbing that you have to lay down before you can build the future of truly helpful, autonomous, agentic AI systems. So what's next? Where do we go from here? Well, with tech like MCP laying the groundwork, we're getting a sneak peek into a much more connected, much more capable future. A future where our AI assistants can finally stop just talking about things and actually start doing them.
And that's the lowdown on the Model Context Protocol. If you found this useful and you want to keep up with the tech that's shaping our world, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more explainers just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.